as a bit of a lurk.
Yeah, there's the ulti right on top of Hannah. That is going to be, ooh, first blood should be coming through, but never mind. The encore comes down and Pioshik is going to die. Hannah with the sickest of outplays.
Oh, she doesn't get the agency to actually team fight and get those resets, so KT need to be super proactive themselves.
Ooh, a little bit of a sidestep there as BDD going to have to jump away from Closer. Stacks up the bomb though, and now Barrel's making his way in. To Narnia goes the Glacial Prison, but the bouncing bomb is pretty good. There's the flash pole on top of Duro. He's burning down, but does get the flash. The Nature's Grasp to keep them all caught up. And Perfect is teleported in. The Keeper's Verdict just on top of the cow. And in these extended fights, this is where Seraphine can shine as the Q is going to connect, but the headbutt to save Depth. BDD able to jump his way out, and the Mega Inferno Bomb goes down. Is anyone going to die? Yes, finally the tree is going to be cut down, and Beryl, you can see, he could see it, the angle on the Pulverize, but the turret is just going to kill him. And Hannah once again in trouble. The Buster Shot's going to do it. BDD locks down the kill. Could have been even better, but still, of course, Beryl's going to make that play, tank that turret, and die. That was always going to happen, but the fact that the cleanup did come on through by BDD. Oh, okay, it's a double TP as well. Both Hannah and Clear are making their way in. Deft is looking to take a turret in the mid lane. But this double TP may not actually be able to get them anything as the reset does come through. There is mid-outer turret secured by KT. And they might even be able to get an honest 5v5 here if Perfect is going to teleport in. There is the flank angle, the Pulverize onto Clear. The Satchel's charged up. And look at the counter-strike value. It's gigantic. But so is the dead Jax now lying on the floor. Mega Inferno Bomb onto 4 is going to soften them up. But now they're able to keep them at arm's length. And yes, the Rift Herald does go down.
But at the same time, what I loved about that play from KT is it looks like we are going to see this turret now in exchange here for Closer.
Yep.
What I loved about that play, even like, I mean, nobody's contesting.
Yeah, well now the teleport is coming in. Clear does get his one back up and available, and Pioshik is just out of there. They're just going to give over the Drake. Keeper's Verdict does
that bottom wave and then rotate over and get the Dragon. They had the TP coming up for Perfect. They could have played around it. They could have tried to deny BNK a very impactful soul, plus the individual Dragon itself. And they're even going to grab this turret here.
Yeah.
KT kind of getting run around the map.
Yep, 4 people. Hannah kind of made the fool of him. It's kind of in his head.
For Ziggs also with the Void Staff and not Leandri's isn't doing all too much just now.
Raptor taking a bit of damage here is Perfect going in. Let's see whether Pioshik's smite button is going to work out. Well, it's not going to matter because he's just evicted from the pit. The Encore going to get flashed out of the way there by BDD. And now KT, they need a team fight if they're going to win this one. Pioshik making his way back in. The big one's flying down, but I mean, I don't think KT was ever really going to die because there's not a lot of damage.
It's kind of whiffing.
Yeah,
starting to feel like KT should have had the better draft here, but the piloting giving us some question marks.
Hasn't quite worked out, although Duro now in a very uncomfortable position is going to flash, and that is going to get him to relative safety. Mega Inferno Bomb, and that'll finish off the kill onto the very frustrating Poppy. I just don't know whether this really... We kind of stated it from the very beginning. The tools that KT has, they're the ones that should be able to get them ahead in this series. Headbutt pole onto Raptor. They can't lose the jungle. Oh no! BNK, they lose Raptor, and now they will lose Baron as Dep trying to satchel away, and he will be successful in doing so. And a teleport to come through from Closer. BNK, it's now time to put the pedal to the metal.
I mean, they got it.
This Werewolf is just the worst.
Yeah, because
there's 44 seconds on the Drake as well.
Yeah, Baron straight into the Drake is what KT are asking for.
All right.
Here.
Keeper's Verdict is now back off cooldown right now from Duro, but the Baron, it's just dead. And now the reset is going to be possible. The reset up for this. Not exactly optimal. Does have the Warmogs up and available as BNK. They do get first position around this Dragon. As all right, KT, can you actually find any of the angles here as Nature's Grasp does come down? Mega Inferno Bomb has come in. That is the Infernal Soul as Def trying to get that damage down. They get rid of the Jax. BDD's at full health though, and over he goes. Perfect execution is not the name of the ability, but Perfect just executed Closer. And now Deft is looking for some bouncing bombs onto Duro. Yes, you got the Infernal Soul, but no, I don't think you're going to live.
You have Seraphine that can proc it, a lot more damage in this composition. BNK is not the Giga Infernal Soul comp by any means.
No, it feels a little bit like Infernal Denial, which certainly is still a good thing as Clear has to go in. He's pretty tanky as the Nature's Grasp comes down as well. They get rid of Pioshik first. Out goes the cow and Deft. He has to flash. BDD and Deft, they need a frontline to fight around. And Perfect is in the mid lane, and he's going to take an inhibitor turret.
He's going to get this inhibitor turret.
Wow, what the
pick? If they can pick BNK or Perfect with a chain of CCs like they did on the turret, again, it's optimistic to hope for that, but I think that's your best bet of winning this game.
Yeah, I think like they have to, it's all on Duro. Does Duro get the sickest ult ever? And that was a decent one, because now Beryl is all by himself. Doesn't have to ult though, and is just going to walk his way out. So never mind, keep his verdict now on cooldown, and BDD rocket jumping away. So Perfect, possibly in a little bit of a rough position, but does manage to leap strike his way out. Closer will be able to eliminate that control ward as Henna. They thought that they may have had an angle there as Raptor taking a lot of damage. The Encore on just one as Def trying to get himself out of there is successful for now, but he's kind of out of the fight as Raptor extraordinarily low. Perfect trying to get into that back line as Duro pushes him back with a heroic charge. Beryl wants to save his teammate. Mega Inferno Bomb almost just kills them all. And now BDD is in range to get these autos down. The drive-by kill on the tree. That was so sick with the explosive charge delivery. And I think that KT just had that little bit too much damage as Henna is going to be focused and destroyed. And KT, it took them 44 minutes or something like that, but I think they're finally going to win this game.
It may not have been a Penta, but that is the exact type of team fight I was talking about. Def holds his bomb for so long, even though Raptor is definitely killable, just to get the maximum value. Players just trying to buy time here.
That's a cute one. Bought an arm guard just to buy as much space as he possibly can. But there is a big minion wave, and there is so much turret damage with a Ziggs and a Tristana. This game number one, my God, was it hard fought. We basically
just putting him in top side, trying to get big advantage up there. They have gotten some, but if he just teleports bottom, it feels a lot better. His closer will be fine here. But again, they opt to teleport Perfect down into the enemy bottom laner as...
All right. Cal versus Metal Pants Horse as, all right, getting a little bit more than they bargained for, but that's so much damage from KT. Closer will be taken down. Def just wanders up and shoots the Corki and collects. And it's a harder champion to sort of find your way back in on as well. Like it's a champion that does like to bully lane, try and get some
into a Ziggs, and then go, okay, well now the Gnar can't actually get an advantage into a melee matchup. He has to lane into this Jhin, which is not going to be favorable. Is Perfect maybe in trouble now. He has Ghost.
Yep. He's the only teleport on this team as well, as Raptor is going to push him against the wall. He does have the all-out up and available. I like that he hasn't used it as Beryl gets the flash in, finds the crash down on top of Henna. Mega Inferno Bomb just onto Beryl, but he's just fine. BDD gets over the wall. Perfect is still alive. The Impale is decent, but unfortunately he's the one that goes down. They do manage to find the kill onto the Rel, but Perfect still tanking it up. And a 1-for-1 is not what BNK wanted in this moment, as now there are minions running out. If they're still under this turret, they're just going to die. Duro picks up the angle and the aggro, and Henna is the one that picks up the kill. BNK, they make the best out of the situation in the end.
Yeah, now Def will continue to get value here, though, on the top side is clear TP down to the play, so he is just solo eco, and they're going to try to punish this TP as well.
I mean, I don't know about this one, Perfect. Satchel is going to be there. Beryl turning up, and will be able to at least keep his top laner alive. And also walks real fast, as Raptor is going to be able to take the first grub out of the next set. Closer comes on over, and that is going to be 4 of them picked up now, as Beryl doesn't find the Shattering Strike. Henna coming on over, and that is going to be 5 grubs stacked up now for BNK, and now they get the Impale. Pioshik just going to get delivered. Does spin around, keeps himself alive as BDD trying to get in there. Duro taking a lot of damage, but KT, there's no follow-up. There's no answer, and Def... Yeah, well, we don't know anything, actually, as Jonas Strong is keeping us in the dark here. Headbutt does come on through as BDD snaps back, but is still just going to die. And now Def gonna have to flash out of the way of that one. The turret getting angry at Clear, who has to flash. And there it is, the curtain's called on the over-aggressive play from Clear. Beryl not gonna be able to defend this turret, though. And that should be even more money. Over to the Ziggs. Yeah. Satchel to get that extra money.
Starting to start rolling down the hill. And they will get the second dragon. Let's see what the soul is this time around. Ocean.
Ooh. Not exactly the most valuable.
But yeah, I mean, but in terms of where we're at in this game, though, you know, Perfect had a hard job, too, against the Ziggs bottom side and mitigated it very well. Duro.
Yeah, Q going to be missed there. Nice footwork there from Duro, but can't get out of the way of the Deadly Flourish. Has to throw down the ulti. Is now Beryl in amongst 2 members of BNK. Henna throwing these bombs around. Mega Inferno Bomb. Beryl just going to die. Didn't have flash, didn't have any way out. And so that is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. And BNK looking to try and get over this wall. They do manage to bully out.
He's coming over, not expending his teleport. Clear loses his Narbar now, so won't have it at the outset of this fight. And this is looking good for KT right now. The Ziggs also pushed away, had to TP to mid.
Oh, another deadly flourish, and now we're going to start it off with the curtain call. Raptor tries to drive his way out, but the ulti from BNK and follow-up is so good, and he's able to snap back out of dodge. That means no jungler, and that means that KT will grab their second. Teleports are plenty here from KT.
Anyone could just TP back to answer as soon as they get those interrupt. He's just been having a fantastic game with Jin. Again, part of this fed him, but again.
Speaking of which, the Satchel does come on through. Great knock-up as Hannah, the curtain close! Snipe from downtown. Dura going to take the fourth one. Goes down to 50%.
Sniping you.
I think he missed the first one as well. He sort of waited for the knock-up to come in and then missed that one, but hit the one that counted as, all right, perfect, good footwork out of the way of the Impale, just barely missing.
Now this turret is just gone.
Yeah, they might even get a kill for it as well, as Clear does make his way in, but he's mini-nah, and that is going to be KT just setting up for a little bit of a K-ramp. They do have a great 4-1 composition. It's not a 1-3-1, but the 4-1 works out with the Yone in the side lane, and that's what they're employing at the moment. But BNK is going to rotate up. Looks like we're trying to go for another 5v5 as the Magnet Storm into the backline. The ulti pulls them all together. Mega Inferno Bomb does decent work, but PureShit goes golden. The Deadly Flourish again, and these curtains are deadly, as it's a double for the Cassante. BNK, yeah, look, maybe it's time to move back now as you have single-digit health, but Def finds another one. The shield comes out, but it ain't enough to stop the fourth shot of this Jin. And I swear, this is his best Jin game. Sort of stops him from trying to push that advantage, and that is precisely what's happening here. Rift Scuttler going to be taken down here. Def moving up, looking for an angle. Perfect, right in there already. As Close have to get out. Hannah is in trouble, and that's another bullet from Deft. As Clear is also just struggling at the mercy of KT. The mini-nah not going to do anything. Ulti from BNK is celebratory at best, but it does not matter because KT can run from them. But you're not going to stop them from doing this, Baron.
Nope. You cannot.
Probably someone else making their way in. And KT just utilizing the extra pressure. And we'll be able to take this inner turret down. We are really very quickly heading towards the 10,000 gold lead as the curtains have been called. Looking to see whether they can play the DDR. Duro just going to be blocking it. Oh, God. Could be getting sleepy now as Raptor looking for a bit of an angle here. BNK wanting to get on in there. Doesn't have the ulti, remember, is perfect. Okay, 1v5. I don't know about that one. I think knew he was dead, but he'll take a cow with him.
Maybe all out the other way, maybe towards your teammates.
Yeah, that was an all-in.
Yeah.
But they still get an inhibitor turret for it, and maybe it's fine. I don't know. Maybe they get another inhibitor turret.
I think they will. Definitely didn't look the cleanest, but it doesn't necessarily ultimately matter here. 30 seconds left. Exactly what he's going to do. Here he comes.
Yeah, already getting on in there. Remember, Def can follow up from about anywhere. Banana Brush has been picked up. And Perfect Juice is not stopping. He's just going to walk in. Deadly Flourish, Deft in a great position. Duro finding a bit of a headbutt back onto PureShit, but he just doesn't seem to care. Goes golden. He'll be absolutely fine. The first kill onto Clear is going to go down. These wallets are absurdly heavy. Just in time for Natlan's release, says Beryl. And he might be falling down here. As, all right, BNK, oh God, they're routed. There are the curtains. Misses the first one, lands the second. One left in the chamber, the stun goes down. It's a double for the Jin. That'll be the ace, and I don't think a Dragon needs to apply as KT will walk it down the bottom lane and look to make it to a very early match point.
Def tricked me. I thought Jin was just supposed to be walking around reloading Atlas. He's not supposed to be 10-0 and 8. Def is making a case for maybe one more dance. We're not there yet. They've got to win a third, and they're going to have to beat T1. But what a performance from the legendary 80 carry. KT Rolster making this second one look so easy.
And I remember
losing control of the lane. The lane was frozen against him. Beryl had to come bail him out, so they just didn't feel like they could make that topside play. And this should.
Yep, it's going to be successfully secured, but the Ignite is already down. PureShit is able to run really fast, and Raptor, yeah, he can throw some things, but the ulti is going to get BNK out of there.
But he lost so much momentum that he got frozen out of a bunch of minions. Beryl to come bail him out. Now he's super low here again. Duro's going to come over and help Closer get plates.
Yeah, couple of plays.
Oh!
As Duro is going to get caught here, but BDD's in the most trouble. That is going to be first blood going over to the Corki. And Duro able to avoid the bowling ball as well. There is the flash heroic charge though into the turret range. And that's Beryl answering back immediately. Perfect. One of these, oh well, Corki is just still fine. I feel like there is a little bit of an issue with getting him over the line later into the game, as Beryl is going to get solar flared. In a little bit of trouble here. FearX does come down. Deadly Flourish is going to be in there. Oh, the heroic charge. That was a bit of a mistime, but still, they are getting sleepy, and that is BDD getting one back. The flash forward from Def as the Impale is decent. 2 kills immediately as Henna is in there, offering that damage back. Deadly Flourish going to miss this time. The dancing grenade gets the flash out from Raptor, but Henna is going so ham. The bullets come through, and it's BDD that's getting so much of this value.
Yeah, well, this ended up being a 3 for 3, but BDD being the recipient of all that gold there at the end is really going to shore up some of his deficit he had moments ago. Will still be about 5-6. He will get away, but his backs are, or these backs are delayed. And this is what I was going to say. Henna, you know, he didn't get a lot of plates in bottom lane, but now he's in satchel range of mid. Yep, while KT were kind of floundering around that play towards Dragon. They will lose Hurt, for example, and BNK. If they get map control, that's on the menu. And getting a lot of control around this Dragon right now does even us up for a Chemtech Soul. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not the highest value, and it's a trade 1-1. So I think we're going to see a lot more topside focused plays like we are now.
Yeah, that's a great heroic charge to interrupt the charge from Trade. Knock up the ulti, and Raptor is going to be executed by the turret. Gorgeously played from BDD and Beryl. Duro with a sidestep, but he's still going to get sleepy. And FearX doesn't even need to press that button because KT just...
A relatively tanky Skarner isn't, you know, it's going to be enough to let the turret do the real heavy lifting.
Oh, over the wall goes BDD. He's playing so aggressively this game as Duro just trying to run his way out the Mega Cone. He wants to get there, but he's not going to be able to. It's Beryl that finishes him off, and he'll take the cone out.
You might get out of there. If he had flash, you might get out of there. As over here.
Oh dear, it's a sleepy crocodile. And he is just going to get put down by the Wind Brother. Yone just going to grab himself the kill. BDD went from
here, but they're not... I mean, they're nearby, but they're not really involved. So. Yeah,
Close is dead.
And are we just picking Closer now on top side? Like this time, none of his
go into the top lane. BNK, don't go there anymore.
None of his teammates are there, and they have no vision. So this is the most egregious of the 3.
Well, Deft could be in trouble here. Does have cleanse, does have flash. Is going to cleanse first. And let's see where he's going to be able to go. There's the Keeper's Verdict, as now it's only Duro and Clear that are in the area. And they do get out, but they get both. Wasn't quite there.
And, you know, this Dragon has started up here fairly low value.
Beryl has a lot of buddies. As the flash forward, Beryl's going to have to flash in answer, as now BDD's in once again. Another Deadly Flourish. Going to get caught by the ultimate. The snapback comes in. Can he dodge? No, he can't, because Deft has a laser sight today. And now Raptor is running the wrong direction. FearX going to be able to grab that kill on his opposite number, the teleport.
Henna has some money, right? He's getting bigger on the Ziggs. Well, they're just feeding over so many kills to KT that now the gold's even.
Oh, if at first you don't succeed, throw the kitchen sink at the Jhin. And that's going to work. That's going to work this time.
Yeah, the second time they will succeed, actually.
Yep.
3 kills for Henna now. Now they're trying to push that inner. Now they're really trying to force this one, and this time it's safe.
Well, Beryl looking for an angle here. Duro just happily tanking things up. Good double knockup, though. The ulti's in there from BDD. He snaps all the way back. The Impale does come in onto FearX, but he's spinning around. That's the bouncing bomb, and that's going to get there. BDD still able to get a lot of work done, but they're losing so much health. The heroic charge is exactly that, but the flash is even better. Never mind, BDD gets into that backline. There was 2v4, so I'm not entirely sure about it. Looked a bit sexy for a while. Yeah, there is a control ward in the back of the pit, so BNK knows they can see exactly what's going on. Shield of Daybreak onto Beryl, who is just happy to get in there with his Hex Flash. Mega Cone is up. The Baron is still going down. Are we just flipping? I mean, BDD has to teleport to get on in here if they want to make something happen, and now the teleport is going to come on through. Curtains have been called now. Closer slowed up. Raptor as well, taking a bullet. Beryl actually holding on to the Baron, but it does finally reset as the Mega Inferno Bomb goes down. Beryl pretty happy to tank that one, I could imagine. And the Deadly Flourish not going to connect. So BNK...
They'll just be slow to respond. They've been so good on the map in the second and third games of this series. And now they do not have Dragon Prio. BDD is just ripping through this one.
Yeah, perfect. Now coming on over. Deft, pretty good position here to keep himself safe. And Clear finally finds the wraparound. Beryl gets on in there. The flash forward from Duro. He finds the solar flare, but the watch out Eve is so good. And they split up the fight with the keeper's verdict. Beryl going down solo. He will fall, but it does not matter. KT will still win the fight.
A lot of damage for Closer in this fight.
Okay, I'm going to get to work on this Baron. KT have to take the long way around. The minefield is so dangerous.
Beryl has to have a big keeper's verdict here, I think.
Yep, information comes in. Still, it's relatively slow. Beryl gets that control ward over. They know exactly what's going on. Mega Inferno Bomb on FearX right now. And this is going to be a 50-50. Let's see who manages to get it. It's FearX! Gets that smite off. The all-out comes through as Closer's in so much trouble. Oh, it's the wrong time to take a nap, but he had no choice as the curtains are being called. But I honestly think the show was already over. Bowling ball comes down, and Beryl, he doesn't have flash, so he's not going to be able to get the flash heroic charge this time. But KT, I think they may have just broken open the game with that steal.
I mean, Beryl,
ulti through from BNK. A little bit angry. I think Henna may have pulled ahead on that damage done number. As now that heroic charge to come in after the Hex Flash. That's just going to get Henna out of there. The Impale going to do absolutely nothing. BNK snapping back anyway. And the inner turret will be falling down. How much more can KT get from this Baron?
I mean, they're going to be able to get a lot. Jin in the top lane. They had to do something. They had to hunker down on this. And
oh dear.
Oh God.
They're closing in. Beryl and Perfect going to bring up the rear. Deft was kind of by himself because of that. Now BNK is going to make his way in. Deadly Flourish. Deft can still affect this fight. The flash over from Clear should mean that the Jin goes down, but they've already traded 1 for 1. There's still plenty of damage, but can they actually land it? The answer is yes. Clear going to go down first. Perfect tanking it up, not going to be able to get out. It's messy, but that's exactly how KT likes it. Flash out from Raptor to try and keep him alive. The snapback comes in, the crash is decent, and another heroic charge. Henna trying to walk his way out. He ain't going to be able to get out of this one. There's the ace, and KT. That is a decent bowling ball there from FearX. Yeah,
Beryl.
They're going to set up the sleep. Dura going to get woken up, but it is a bad dream, and it turns into reality. He is going to fall. It's a 1 for 1 as far as these supports are concerned, as BNK not quite able to find the angle, but Clear, he can't get out of there. The pick-off from Perfect is so good onto Henna, and he's just executed by BNK. He snaps back, and he's going to snap towards the deciding match for Worlds against T1. And if I was a T1 fan, I honestly wouldn't know how to feel. But this KT, on this day today, looked really, really good.
If KT plays like this in these last 2 games, we'll forget about game 1 for the moment being. If they actually play like this, I think they should be scared. I do not think it is going to be the walkover we thought maybe it would be after watching game 1. KT, we didn't know what their form was going to look like going into today, but now we have our answer.